Gemma, must we have this dirge? Well, with her groaning and the candles burning, it's like a chapel of rest in here.
It's funny how you never liked opera. Father did. He used to say, a young lady used to say to me, one day you too will be old enough and wise enough to appreciate the misery of this.
You know, when your father died, I worried terribly about the empty space. That weightless, joyless void one floats in. Well, of course, I needn't have worried at all. That space was soon filled by an endless stream of problems. One daughter unhappily living with someone, another unhappily not living with someone, you gone completely eccentric, and all three of you looking like extreme cases of anorexia.
There's no need to worry about food and me. I have one rule, that's all, no rubbish.
Can remember when you used to love rubbish? You didn't care whether it was entombed in batter or topped with ointment, down it went.
Well, I've changed, haven't I? I've become aware of my body, its complexity, its miracle. I've become attuned.
You've become a crank. I mean, look at this tea. It's not real tea.
Real tea is bad for you. Turns everything brown. Your stomach will just lie there like an old cellar.
You've been reading those health books again. They're written by cranks, too. They're all on ginseng.
I'm telling you, Mother, food has become one of life's hazards. Man is preserving his food and killing himself. I'm acutely aware that it's a toss-up who goes first, me or my long-life milk.
But you young ones, you're too concerned with dying. You're all charging through life as if you were running for the last bus.
Well, so we are. Even breathing is dangerous. It used to be a happy, useful thing. Now we all go around with lungs like Hoover bags.
Well, they'll soon put that right, won't they? You must give man credit for something. He tries very hard to replace the things he ruins.
Oh, you mean new hearts and kidneys and arms and legs? We won't go limping through old age anymore, you know. We're going to go cavorting through it on a skateboard.
Oh, I look forward to that.
Not me. When I go, I don't want anyone else's bits and pieces coming with me. There, aren't they lovely?
Well, they're only wax.
Only wax? That's like looking at the Mona Lisa and saying it's only paint.
I don't know what they go on about her for, either. She looks stupid to me.
Enigmatic, the experts say.
People look like that when they're on pot.
Looking like that is easy. It's painting someone looking like that that's hard. I think I'll put this one here.
Rubens, there's another one.
Oh, what's he done then?
All his bodies are wrong. Horrendous feet, great rib cages, seething muscles, and yet the real man is completely obliterated by a fig leaf. How's Danny?
I've no idea.
Nice boy.
I think I'll put this one in the bedroom.
Reminds me of your father.
Have some more tea.
Same build.
Mother, Danny is not in the least bit like my father, not in any single way.
What I meant was, he smiles like your father.
When Father smiled, it came from in here. All Danny does is show his teeth.
Nice teeth.
Is that all you've got to say?
I didn't say anything.
Not with your mouth, but your face did all right. I can't wear it, can I?
What?
This dress. I can't wear it on Friday.
Looks great.
What about this? Is it a bit too low?
Well, put it this way. He'll know what he's getting.
I knew it, and he hates that.
What?
Cleavage, he hates it.
Why, did he say?
He said he likes subtlety.
Well, wear your black one then.
Oh, no, it doesn't suit my skin. I look like I've just risen.
It makes you look thinner.
Why am I fat? Where? Oh, God, he hates that.
Oh, look, I don't know why you worry. You're you, aren't you? You've got a cleavage, funny skin and a bit of fat. And dephoned all three of them every night last week.
Mother, it is no good sitting there trying to mesmerize me with your maternal gaze. I'm not marrying Danny. I'm not seeing Danny. I'm not aware Danny exists. Who is Danny? And don't tell me that I'm 30. Every day you come to drink tea and tell me that I'm 30. I know I'm 30. I look at my watch to see how early it is, and I look at my face to see how late it is.
Well, I think you're being a little dramatic. I mean, 30 is not the end of everything. It's only the beginning of the end of everything.
Mother, do you know, I keep seeing things that unnerve me, things that make me sure I'm right. Married ladies in cafes with red fingernails and blue eyeshadow. The only relationship their husbands have is with their briefcases. So there they sit, demolishing chocolate gâteaux and gossiping to the great clang of their gold charm bracelets.
You know, people who sit in cafes clanging their bracelets are often happy. I clang mine relentlessly.
I know.
Is this a case of young child looking at old parent and thinking, oh, God, is that where I'm going?
No, it's a case of old child looking at young parent.
What nonsense. Just because you've been let down by a man, you think you've got a degree on life. Not being let down by them is the hard bit. When they love you and marry you and buy you houses and give you children...
Come on, you loved all that. You loved it.
Of course I didn't love it. I loved your father. It came with him.
Do you know something, Mother? Do you realise we're free, you and I? Untethered. Here we are, grazing in a little field, and somebody's left the gate open.
Yes, well, I'm too old and too wise to bolt now.
Well, I'm not. I'm going to go tearing through those buttercups. I'm going to go up the hill and into the wind. I'm going to stretch my legs and stretch my eyes and get a job.
He said I was beautiful, but it wasn't him talking, it was lust.
Yeah, it talks a lot, lust.
I was wearing me pink with the black camellia.
I thought camellias are white.
This one was black. He said I was his sanctuary. And you don't have to be a bird.
Hey, you know that one downstairs? How old do you think her mother is?
It's a funny colour, green. You can get away with it if you're a bush.
Her husband was a surgeon.
Oh, and that's not right.
I fancy surgeons. I could understand if you were going out with a surgeon.
I look like a bloody laburnum tree. And he hates laburnum trees.
Oh, how do you know he hates laburnum trees? You've only been out with him once. Did he shake your hand and say, hello, my name's Stephen, and by the way, I hate laburnum trees?
Just know that's all. The way we do.
Why don't you wear your red one with the splits?
He's seen that.
Well, he can't expect you to wear something different every time, can he? Who does he think you are? Shirley Bassey? Why don't you wear your Indian then, with the jingly belts?
Oh, no, I sound like the cat coming home.
Well, it says in here that your lucky collar's tangerine. Wear your tangerine.
I wore that the very first time I spoke to him.
So what? It was on the phone, wasn't it?
Dear Miss Palmer, I am pleased to inform you that a possible vacancy has occurred. I would like to hold a preliminary interview in my office at 11:30 on Tuesday next.
Hey, your back wheel's going round. Did you know? Nice bum you've got there.
Ah, hello.
Hello.
Sit down. Miss Palmer, isn't it?
Yes.
I am he. And I am a social training officer. Now, why do you want to do the job? It's not pleasant, you know. Problems are not pleasant. Squalor is not pleasant. And sometimes people are not pleasant. Are you a good listener? Are you tolerant, sympathetic, understanding? And can you keep your temper when confronted with non-stop agitation? I mean, are you cool, calm, and collected?
Yes.
Do you prefer working with adults or children?
I don't mind.
Now, let me see. You're not married, are you?
No, I'm not married.
Yes, okay. Now, some of the situations one finds oneself in this sort of work are somewhat intimate. Now, by that I mean we're dealing with people who need help, and they come to rely on you as their direct link with hope. Would you describe yourself as an emotional person?
Yes.
Sensitive?
Yes.
Vulnerable?
Yes.
Do you suffer from anxiety?
Yes. Permanent mixture of neurosis and hysteria.
Supposing I were to tell you I had just been made redundant, had lost my entire family, had nowhere to live, and was bankrupt. How would you respond?
I'd kill myself.
You do want the job, don't you?
Yes, yes. Yes, it would be very easy for me to say that I'm a rock of mental strength. But the fact is, I don't know. Just lately, people, friends, someone let me down. I'd like to get back with the human race. I can't guarantee, however, that me and whoever I'm supposed to be helping won't end up holding hands and jumping off a roof together.
I suggest you apply for the vacancy. Fill in the form and send it to the address at the top. The panel, of which I am part, will decide. There will be a training period, of course. In the meantime, any voluntary social work you can do will stand in your favor when it comes to making the decision.
Good morning, madam. Welcome to my outdoor cafe. Sorry about the draft. Perhaps if I close the sky? How have you been?
I've got a job.
I've thought about you.
Well, I've almost got a job.
I found your ankle chain in my bed.
Social work.
Still there if you want it.
I have to go to the Citizens Advice Bureau every Tuesday afternoon. Oh, Johnny, how could you? How could you, after not having seen me for weeks, invite me to your bed in the third sentence?
4.
How could you?
Because that's where we'll find each other again.
What about my face?
It's okay.
And in here, what about in here?
Oh, that? Oh, Jesus, I never worked that out.
You haven't changed, have you?
No, no. Still make love like a volcano.
Oh, Gloria must be pleased about that.
Gloria? Gloria? Who the hell is Gloria?
My ex-friend, the one that you... See you.
But my flat, there's something missing. It's a sort of smell. Yes, I think it's that stuff you used to spray all over your body. And my walls, and my mirror.
I don't use it anymore.
Oh, just for me, was it?
Everything I did was for you, Danny. Once.
You look silly on a bike. Did you know that?
I don't know why you bought it if you don't like it.
I bought it for Friday, didn't
And I
I?
thought you said you didn't suit maroon.
Well, I did in the shop.
Why don't you wear your pink see-through?
He hates pink.
Funny things, Nails.
It was this question mark that drew me. It's the way I feel about life.
Keep on growing after you're dead.
An exclamation mark would have been even better.
Fancy things growing after you're dead. You're in love with this one, aren't you?
I suppose I could wear the green without the yellow spray.
I can tell. You've got that stunned look. Our parrot used to get it when you slammed the door of its cage. Does he like parrots?
So I start voluntary work tomorrow, 2.5 days a week at a Citizens Advice Bureau.
You won't like it. It's full of people with problems.
It'll help me get the job.
I had this friend who was a social worker. She had to feed this group of underprivileged children. They used to rush all over the table, sticking hot chips up each other's noses.
I'd rather do that than incubate in an office.
She had this need to comfort the human race. They almost eliminated her from it.
I don't need to comfort the human race. I need to comfort me. If, after careful consideration of life and its events, there is only me left, then I must pamper me, mustn't I?
Oh, you should be at home pampering a husband, being pregnant, being sick. These are the things I recognize. That they might not sound very attractive, but they are the root of life, which in the end produces the flower. You're sitting there eating yogurt, staring at life like some anti-nuclear device. You're becoming a crank.
Excuse me. I couldn't help hearing. You're right. To be free, you know? To eat good things and have good thoughts. This world, this sadly polluted universe in which we live, it's like a great round light, you know? And we, the people, are moths, drawn and caught by this thing. Everything is dying. The fish are dying. The birds are dying. All things green are we are dying. Slowly, positively dying.
Young man, at the moment I am dying. And mine is a particularly unfortunate kind of death because it is of boredom.
Mother, he's talking to me.
Yes, well, of course he's talking to you. He senses things like wheat germ and muesli. Now, he's probably on ginseng.
What's your name?
Josh Reardon.
Gemma Palmer. This is my mother.
Mrs. Palmer.
Well, you're a nice lady. You got a nice daughter. It's a nice day.
Do you live over here?
Yeah, I've been kind of looking for myself for a long time now. I had all these hang-ups, you know? I mean, the air we breathe, the food we eat, the nuclear scene. I got to thinking that if I left America and found a pure, organic place to live, this would be okay. Well, it's a whole lot worse over here. But I guess I'll stick around, and instead of worrying about dying, I'll just concentrate on getting together a relationship with the environment. Say, do you like eating dead animals? I was married once, you know. Boy, was that the end. It was like I'd built this cage around myself, you know? Nothing came in, nothing went out, just me and my cage. Well, and the occasional visiting thought. Did you ever get married?
No. I used to dream about it, but I always woke up in time.
That's real clever. You have a nice face. Everything in its right place, you know what I mean?
Thank you. I often wondered about that.
Of course, I don't know about inside your head, but it comes out of your mouth real good. I'm glad you stayed free.
Look, young man, I have spent 30 careful years preparing my daughter for that cage, as you call it. Now, yesterday she was going to go running up a hill, through buttercups and into the wind.
Fantastic.
Now you come along, trailing your beard in your orange juice, filling her with a lot of verbal garbage about freedom. Freedom, my spotty friend, is loneliness. And loneliness is why you are trying to chat up my daughter. Now, I suggest that you go and concentrate on your pure organic relationship with the environment. And it'll save you breathing germs all over our lunch.
Oh, she's some mother. I'm glad she's yours.
It was nice talking to you.
I wish you peace.
We'll get that when you've gone.
Mrs. Palmer, you practice cannibalism with real dignity.
You're so rude.
Now, that is how you get when you live alone. You'll be like that soon. How's Danny?
Still making love like a volcano.
You've seen him.
Very briefly. I was sitting in the park eating a sandwich.
Oh, my God, you're like a tourist.
And he dropped from the sky, said a few words, and... Do you know, the entire time we were together, Danny never mentioned my face. He sort of avoided it.
When you get to my age, you'll be grateful for that.
If the world went dark and stayed that way, it wouldn't matter to Danny. He could conduct a whole relationship by braille.
Perhaps he's frightened of your face. They're curious things, faces. They sit on top of our bodies like little barometers forecasting the weather. Whether we're pleased or whether we're not. Whether we care or whether we don't.
Yes, with Danny, it was whether we will or whether we won't.
Josie, it's 1:30. Have you run work? Oh, God. This is my lunch hour. I wish you'd never met this fella. Ever since he asked you to the do tonight, I've been jeopardized. No sleep, no peace, no lunch.
I'm not going.
What do you mean you're not going? You've got to go. You bought 3 new dresses.
You'll hate all of them.
Look, let's be psychological. You try them on, we'll pick the best. You go, have a fantastic time tonight, then tomorrow we take them all back and say they're all too small. Oh, come on, Josie. What's a fella anyway? There are millions of them, falling off the edge of the world.
Not like him.
They're all like him, fellas. They're like garden peas. The pods are all different, but the peas are all the bloody same.
I'm not going. My hair's all wrong, my face is all wrong, and a broken nail. Oh. If that's him, tell him I'm not going.
Hello?
Is Josie there?
Just say she's not going.
She's not going.
Oh, I see. You've got a nice, sexy voice. What are you doing tonight, then?
What did he say?
He was all choked up.
Yeah, he's like that.
Do come in, sit down. Mrs. Dean won't be a moment. She's just gone to get some information.
I was born in this country. This precious stone set in the silver sea. Now, what's left of it? You tell me.
She won't be a minute.
When I go wandering lonely as a cloud, it's not the golden daffodils I see. It's hosts of foreign tourists. No room for the likes of me.
It's my first day here.
And did those feet in ancient time walk upon England's plastic rubbish bags? Did they? Did they? Not on your sticky little price tickets, they did.
She won't be a minute.
Here. I'll tell you something. The green and pleasant land has been raped. Raped! By progress. Oh, to be in England, land of microchips and redundant persons. Here. We got strontium at the bottom of our garden.
Right, Mr. Williams. Off you go. We'll see you tomorrow.
Land of dope and Tory!
We get a lot of cranks. They come to air their hang-ups. What we do is give them the floor for a few moments and then point them towards the door. OK. Ready for our first session?
Ready.
Right. Come in, please. All you have to do is listen and learn. Some people only want general information. Others need much more.
Danny Searle.
Oh, come in, Danny. I'm Mrs. Dean. Oh. And this is Miss Palmer. Miss Palmer is training. And if you have any objection to her presence, you can say so.
No objection, no.
Sit down. Now, how can we help? Just talk.
Well, I had this relationship, with a girl. Well, she wasn't a girl. She was 30. I liked her a lot, a lot. Not because she was beautiful or anything like that. In fact, no, she looked funny in the morning. I'd throw back the bedclothes and well, there she'd be, sort of like a little pile of ironing. With legs, and arms, and making yawning noises. Well, she had this funny walk. And this way of gritting her teeth. Anyway, she let me down.
In what way?
In the worst possible way.
You mean she went with someone else?
No. It's much worse than that.
What then?
She failed to understand when I went with somebody else.